Join us every Sunday for an episode of the Digital Business Forum
at 2 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. MST, 5 p.m. EST, and 10 p.m. GMT.
This forum will feature successful, experienced digital business owners with inspiring information to help you make that informed decision about starting your own digital business. By starting your own online business, you will have more free time to take control of your life, create generational wealth, retire early, and make money from anywhere in the world with just your laptop, phone, and internet. If this resonates with you, don't miss this Sunday. Digital Business Forum. Be informed, be inspired.
All right. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from. Here is the Digital Business Forum. Be informed, be inspired. So today we have an amazing guest. Actually, let me first introduce myself if it is your first time to see me. My name is Dorothy Nakalema, and I'm originally from Uganda, currently in the United States, California, a proud digital business coach globally. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. Please get a pen and paper and a cup of tea, okay? Today we have an amazing guest all the way from Australia. All right, let me just have David to have a little introduction before we can proceed.
Thank you very much, Dorothy. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon from wherever you're watching us. My name is David. I'm a consultant in cybersecurity. I'm a digital business entrepreneur here in US. We come here every Sunday to discuss digital business, to inform you and to inspire you so you can jump on the wave. Of course, today we do have a guest from Australia. You're welcome, Ratna. Good to see you. I know we kind of from different parts of the world. You know, it's like, I don't know how many hours you are, about 15 hours, 13 hours?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So it's morning your end and it's evening here. You're welcome.
Yeah.
We'll give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to our, to our viewers, and we'll move on from there. Thank you, Dorothy.
All right, thank you so much for that introduction. And now it's time for our amazing guest all the way from Australia. I know that time is morning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can have introduce a little bit about yourself before we can dive into the amazing, story today.
So thank you very much, Dorothy and David. Definitely, David, you mentioned that we are on a different part of the world, but we're still connected. And that's the beauty of our business. Doesn't matter where you come from, which part of the world, we're all connected. So that's why we are all here. So guys, my name is Ratna, and I'm originally from India and living in Perth, Western Australia. And just, a proud digital business owner. And thank you very much, guys, for having me here today.
All right, thank you so much for sharing. So now we will go ahead and have questions. It's like a conversation starter to share with our audience. And I'll start to tell us, like, could you elaborate on your journey into the digital online business world for our audience, and what specifically motivated you to start a digital business?
My journey in the digital business was started with just one simple question, that what I want. I don't want to miss out with working in a corporate world and missing out my kids' growing years. I was working full time in a corporate company and was 9 to 5. But you know that, like corporate companies, it's 9 to 5, but it's not always. You have to stay back or you have to go early. You have functions to attend and all. In all this gathering, I was missing out my kids' time. They were growing in a daycare, and one day, just my kids came to me and said, "Hey, mom, we don't get to see you much." And my friends' parents always are there for, when there is a parents' day, when there is a celebration on the daycare or in the school, but we never see you guys. And then that's what hit it so hard that, that was the time that we decided to know we actually need to think back before we, um, keep on moving in this journey of the corporate world. And that's where we started searching, that's something that allows us time freedom, financial freedom. And by doing all that, I can still see my kids growing. So that was my biggest why to start this journey. And I'm so happy and so glad that I can, now be there as a mother for my kids and have my own me time. Most of being a woman, we always are there as a wife, as a mother, as if we are working, we are there, but we never there for ourselves. And now, due to this business, I can be everywhere and I have my me time too. I can definitely, say that I am in such an amazing place.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now.
Okay. Wow, that's so wonderful. Thank you so much, really for sharing. And I would love to hear from David if you have anything to add on that before we can proceed. You're muted.
Oh, thank you, Dorothy. You know, people do start, people have different reasons why they start businesses. Some are motivated by, obviously, you know, how they've looked at the entire work arrangement, the people that naturally would love to start businesses. But a lot of people have realized that they're pushed by something. There is something more than just money that is pushing most successful business owners. Some are motivated by their families. Like, for instance, Ratna mentions she was working corporate, with little or no time for the family. And you see that there was a push from the kids. you know you seem to be working so hard. Of course, you're taking care of them and they're happy for whatever you can provide. But if they don't see you, or if they don't get to interact with you and they're growing, then you miss out on most of the stages that are key in their development. you know and I know that that can be quite a motivating factor for you to move into digital business space. But I would like also to find out, because if you've been in that kind of a situation, and I mean, that's how to work, waking up in the morning and going to do a regular 8 to 5. um, how were you able to identify such an opportunity? Because I know, much as you could have had all this motivation from the family, there is such a divide between exactly what you were doing 8 to 5, and now you're going digital. You're going into digital entrepreneurship, and at the same time, you're going out on your own. So, what was that journey for you? How were you able to identify the opportunities, considering the crazy landscape, scams everywhere? So, what was that like for you? Thank you.
So, thank you very much, David, for asking this question, because there's lots of moms like me out there who needs this answer very badly. I would say, is that for me the good opportunity is the one that solves the real problem. You know, most of the time, what happens that when we get a job, like we are all our migrants in a different countries for a reason, and our aim to get a job, to make money, have a good lifestyle for us, for our family. But in a way, by doing that, we miss out the very precious time. You know, you don't get to see much of your family. You're going around, and it it is just so much. you will get so much involved in that, space where you miss out the actual fun, actual the true meaning of the life, where you can see your kids playing, the husband and wife can, we don't even get time to have a coffee together. We need to think when we can have it. Corporate world or the other things doesn't solve those problems. That actually puts you into the problem where you miss out everything, and we don't realize until the time pass, right? But I'm so thankful that my kids actually came to me and said these things to me, and we realized, me and my husband realized that what exactly we were missing out, and in those tiny minds, what exactly was going on when they were unable to see us, me and my husband, in their functions and all that. So this is the place that actually solves the real problem for true, for real, like, you know there's this bunch of people in our, thousands of people in our communities, the parents who actually are, earning, so they have a time freedom, they have financial freedom, they actually helps the people like us around, who are looking for all of this, so that actually creates the good impacts in a way that system actually allows us, this is the very good opportunity to solve the real problem.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ratna. I don't know what's going on with the audio, but wherever you're watching us from, bear with us. We seem to be having a little technical issue with our audio, but we'll continue nevertheless. You know, we're winners. So thank you very much, for throwing more light on that. Um, of course, after all that kind of motivation, you kind of start to see through things, as you try to navigate the landscape. But again, considering that you were doing regular 8 to 5, what was that journey for you, in jumping onto the kind of opportunity you found? How did you learn about it?
Think up. All right, can you hear me, guys? Sorry, there was.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Yeah, so what I actually found the ad on the Facebook that my mentor and a coach now, at the moment. So I saw their ad, and I thought, let's check it out, because definitely I was looking for an opportunity where I'm able to make the money and have, time freedom. I was looking for actually a side hustle that, I was ready to move to part time and have some sort of a side hustle. But, when the Almighty is ready to bless you with more, your plan turns out to be in a different way, And this actually, my mindset was have some side hustle, where I will work part time, I'll be a mother, and, still make a bit of enough money to support my family. And then that's how I clicked on their ad and started inquiring about, and I learned more and more and more. And the thing that I realized is that, what I was thinking, what my plan was, is just a side hustle. But at some place, the Almighty was ready, for, to bless me with a bond and a bundle of happiness. And that's why I'm in this business, because what I learned is, that if I put good effort, I can actually quit all my job and be a full-time digital business owner. And there is, we have a, so much of examples in our business community that people have quit their job and now they're full-time business owner. So yes, that's how I find out from the Facebook ad. I contacted to them, and then I watched the free webinar, and then obviously I paid 149 to, do the coaching call and all that. I went through the process, and trust me, I'm just enjoying, and I'm so blessed that actually I took the step and got inside this business.
Thank you so much for that explanation. Well, the beauty again is that you know there's that opportunity, comprehensive due diligence. There's a lot of information out there, that you can crunch before you can decide on what to do. I think that's one of the things that makes it easy for um, people that are looking for opportunities. If you get an opportunity to um, find something out there that will kind of give you everything you need to know before you can start, that really helps. And the kind of resources that are available for you, just to make sure that you succeed. If you ever find anything with coaching, mentorship, training, those are some of the key elements that you should look out for, to make sure that at least you have a bit of support as you go about uh, developing any kind of online business, because it can be very frustrating. It can be very tricky if you're coming from a traditional, um, you know, job environment and you want to try something digital, you know. Thank you very much, Dorothy. Do you have anything to add on? Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Actually, it is self-explanatory. As parents, if you're out there and you resonate with these, stories, better go to the description. That is always a link. You will find out and type in your name and email address as long as you have big dreams. That's what I can say. It's not a get quick rich thing, so you don't have to come and expect to be, making those 5 figures, 6 figures the following month. No, that's not how it works here. And as I know that, identifying the, you know, like the real and legit online digital business, most especially, it's not easy. A lot of people get scammed, and I'm happy for you. You're like a risk taker. You watch the ad and you're like, this is resonate with me. I need to go in for it. So were there any moments you felt like giving up? And if so, what motivated you to keep going? Because owning a business, it's like you are the manager, you are the supervisor, you are the marketer, you are everything, right? So how did you get to manage that as a business owner, and what moments you felt like giving up, if they were there?
You asked me the amazing question, Dorothy, actually. I love this question because, most of the time when we begin with new journey, we always feel at one point that, oh my God, I've took the wrong step. Oh my God, I shouldn't be doing that. But the thing is, I am so thankful that I actually have never have to gone through that. And I can explain why. Because when I started this journey, I was so excited that I will have time, that I explained before. But the thing is, with this business, why I didn't feel like never giving up is the motivation from our global community. You see them succeeding every single day. My mentor and coach, they are amazing. Every single time, even we have a silly question, they will answer that. You know, so you don't feel like, oh my God, I've asked a silly question, or you never actually hesitate by asking the question. And one thing I would add in between is that if you don't ask the question, the answer is always no, right? And my backbone, my husband, you know, he is always there to support because we know why we took this step, you know, and being on a different part of the world, coming from the different communities, we always have that mindset in our community is that, oh, you join the community, you grow. The minute you start growing, everyone starts celebrating. Doesn't matter if that affects them or not. What affects our community is that someone from our community is growing. And that's thing that, you know, has always helped me. Every single time I open up my Facebook page and I go in our business community, I'm like, oh my god, someone has seen the success today, and hundreds of people are, "Ah, congratulations," celebrating every single day. For me, to not giving up, the only reason is that I just need to keep moving, because if I'm keep moving, my success is just right the corner. So giving up is not gonna take me anywhere. But if I'm keep going, I know where I'm going. So that's why I never felt like giving up. And the thing is, our training, we have access to our training 24/7. I mentioned about the global community. You can access to them 24/7. So the support that we get, I have never had it in any other. I used to be a business owner previously with different businesses in workplace. You don't get too much support. When you get success, when you get achievement, people get, oh yeah, okay. But in our community, it's like, oh my God. So that excitement has keep me motivated every single time. And thanks to our business community. So I have never felt like giving up.
Wow, that's amazing. When you were, submitting and talked about like sometimes if you sometimes you feel like you're asking a silly question to the coach and they still answer, right? So
Yeah.
it just reminded me today. I was in the meeting with actually not even today. One of my um mentees, they came for support,
Yeah.
and then while supporting one of them, another one was just laughing. I
Yeah.
didn't discover why the other person is laughing, but then it's like when I saw the person laughing, I'm like, what is it? But you realize that okay, whatever this person is asking, it is self-explanatory, but still, as a coach, you need to provide. And then later the lady laughed and is like, what is he asking? So I just it just remind me when you say that, oh, it wasn't silly question though on their meeting, no, but it
Yeah.
just reminded me once
Yeah.
you say that that support is always there, as long as, by the way, people who are watching us out there, as long as you're willing to learn, because even if the
Yeah.
support is
Yeah.
there, but if you're not willing to learn as a person, at the end of the day, we will support, we will guide, but there's some things whereby you as a business owner, you need, take care of your business. Let your
Yeah.
business be on your fingertips. I
Yeah.
loved that submission. Thank you so much. And David, do you want to add something on that?
Yes, Dorothy, yes. Um, Ratna, I
Yeah.
think the takeaway here is that, you know, um, you seeing others win, that can be a big motivator. And I think it's one of those things that also motivates me. When I see other people winning, I'm like, there must be something out there that I haven't done, because people are still winning, you know what I mean? And in a way, that gives you more hope to continue doing and continue adjusting. So it takes away that feeling of, oh, this is not going anywhere, you know what I mean? Because you see people winning every day, and then, it keeps you moving. And again, you mentioned mentorship and coaching, you know? Um, yeah, because again, like Dorothy said, when people ask questions, because these are digital businesses, when people are asking you some questions, there are certain things that might be quite obvious to you, but to them, it's like rocket science. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, something that might be so easy for you to understand, you'll discover that to some people, it's like rocket science. So that they really depend on your patience, and it really helps to have, or keep people moving. And then the training, you know when things seem to be going slow, or when you seem to be losing direction, that training puts things in perspective, because there's always something to fall back to, to adjust, or to, try to do it differently. It's like, what did I miss? What did I miss? Can I find it in the training? Even when you can't, you have coaching, that just having that conversation, again, it highlights and puts things in perspective. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. Very good reminder. Seeing others succeed, mentorship and coaching, training keeps you, where you're supposed to be. And yes, indeed, that really helps. Thank you, Dorothy.
Sean, I think you should, go ahead with the next one. David?
Okay. Yes, Ratna. I didn't quite get what you were doing before you actually went digital. Whatever you were doing, obviously, I know didn't have much to do with leveraging digital technologies for for work, for business, or for your income and livelihood. So have you encountered any technical challenges or obstacles in the development or maintenance of your online platforms, and how have you overcome these kind of challenges, considering that you are coming from a different work background?
Um, Thank you very much again. You guys have an amazing question on dot that's gonna help person exactly like who I am. I am non-technical person. Frankly speaking, what I use in the technical stuff is my smartphone, my laptop for work, that's it. But still, I have never faced the technical challenges. And we just mentioned is about our training. Our training has every single golden nugget that you need to run for your business. Every single thing from marketing, how to do the marketing, to how to run your business, how to handle the technical things. Every single thing are there. What we need for our business is our mindset that you want to get success. And once you're ready, spend some time, and then you face no challenges in this business at all because of the training. Because our training explain every single thing in detail. Every single portion of the technical things has been put there for us. Your face, oh, you don't know how to do these things. You go on a training and find out. As simple as that. But the thing is, as Dorothy mentioned before, and you mentioned before, that you have to learn. You have to be coachable. You need to have that can-do attitude, and then there is no challenges. And I bet you that what our business offers is not many or not other business offers, with the trainings, the support, and everything. So, yeah, thanks to this business, I never faced the technical challenges.
Thanks, Ratna. Thank you so much. Yes, you mentioned training. The training is very simple. Monkey see, monkey do. That kind of a training. It means you don't have to be an expert at technology. You just have to be coachable. You just have to have the mindset to do it. Say, you know what is there to be done? How is it done by others? If others have done the same kind of training uh, years ahead of you, you can surely do it, because it's video based, it's computer based. You can pause, take your time. It's what I would call self-paced. It's a self-paced training. Nobody's there to put you under any pressure to complete it in a day, week, or months. Okay, so there are some areas that will go fast. There are some areas that will go slow. But whatever the matter, you have an opportunity to take it slow, at your pace, step by step, and move fast where you may, and slow down where you find a bit of a challenge. Find coaching and mentorship, and you know, uh, wash and rinse. You know, and that's how you do it. So thank you so much. I think it's self-explanatory. Um, just the way it is, and how you laid it out there. Dorothy, do you have anything to add on to that?
When it comes to that, honestly speaking, it's self-explanatory. Let us be real. But I would love our guests to share any valuable lessons or insights that um, like anything you've learned in this digital business, what experience you've gained, in this digital business. And secondly, you didn't tell us how long have you been doing this digital business?
I am in this business for over a year and a half only, but that 1 year and a half has, I would say what I have gained the value of from this community is, if you guys would have approached me 1 year and a half back, I wouldn't be coming in front of the camera. I was a very camera shy person, and if someone's like, I get scared, oh my God, if I do this, will that work for me? That kind of a, everyone has that fear. I'm out of that fear. I'm, so confidently doing things that is necessary for my business. And the one thing I would say to your audience is that if you have a right mindset, that you when you join this business, if your why is strong enough, no one is stopping you from growing. And do the constant effort, because motivation is only temporary, but the discipline is permanent. And if you do things with the discipline, no one is stopping you. No one. And I would like to share one beautiful quote that I always use on my go lives, is that, success isn't about being the smartest. It's about never giving up and showing up every single day. So that's what I have learned from our community. I see people every single day putting their effort, learning new things, and if you learn, you're ready to share with the whole community. So the real meaning of sharing is caring. That our community exactly, do it. So that's the most valuable thing that I would like to, share today.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing. I had you talking about like you were camera shy. How
Yeah.
really did you get to overcome that, or what advice can you give those kind of people? But most of us actually starting a digital business, we were all that camera shy. But what specific thing you're like, okay, however much I'm shy, let me get out of this comfort zone. So, and how did you overcome that? And what advice can you give people out there whereby they say, I cannot maybe start a digital business because I'm a camera shy? What advice can you give those kind of people?
Yeah. So for that, I would say, first of all, it was a really good, encouragement from my coach and mentor. But what I did is I did constant effort. The
Mhm.
things that when I was, before I do go live, before I started my go live, I, pull up my camera and then I record myself to see how I'm going. And obviously, the one thing that I started doing is I was looking at myself. Oh, how am I looking? What people will think about me? My hair is not done properly. I don't have a proper makeup on. No, no one cares about that, to be very honest. The What people cares about is how much value you provide, how much connection you build with them. Are you helping them in a way to, help them with their why. Because when I joined this business, my why was, I already explained, that my kids. And when my coaches were doing that ad, and I asked them, how you guys are so capable of doing that, and the only sentence they said to me is that consistency. Just do it constantly, because your constant effort is definitely gonna bring a actual person from within you that you have been holding it back. Oh no, I can't do that, it's too hard for me. No, it's not. You are just an effort away from your success.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. But to add on that, other people out there, if you're shy, AI is taking it on another level.
Oh
There is
yeah.
faceless, you can do, without your face, but you have to sit down and put it in mind. Do you know any real, legit business when you don't know the owner? So think of the big businesses, the iPhones, the KFC, McDonald's. You can end up when, well, however much you hear the brand, but we always know who is behind the brand. You can still do that. The faceless is available, so the AI is taking it to another level. So
Yeah.
if you're out there, you should not get afraid to start something because you think you cannot do it. If somebody
Yeah.
else can do it, if I can do it, if our guest can do it, David can do it, anybody else there, as long as you're looking for success, you need
Success.
to
True.
do what successful people are doing, right?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you definitely can do it, trust me, you will keep on applying for jobs at the
Yeah.
end of the day. Because that one, you can easily get it, go to school, get a degree, get a
Yeah.
diploma, get a master's, then apply
Yeah.
for the job, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, definitely.
mhm.
The
All
thing
right.
that I would like to add on that is that, when you go out there to get the job, how much you can guarantee yourself that you will not be fired?
Yeah.
How much guarantee you can give to yourself that, oh, whatever you are doing is perfect fit for you? You're going out there and trying on the basis of your skills that you have, right? So before making judgment for any businesses out there in this digital world, you better think back that you always in a journey to search the right stuff.
Mhm.
You need to try.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Thank you so much for sharing that. But I think everything starts from learning because all of us, whatever we're doing right now, we were born, we didn't know this. We just had to learn. Even if you want to
Yeah,
become a doctor, you have to go to school. So
yeah,
everything is that learning phase. So if you're ready and willing to learn, this opportunity should not leave you behind. That's what I can
yeah,
say.
yeah.
David, do you want to say anything before we close?
Mine really is, you know, say thank you, Ratna, for sharing, for coming out here tonight and sharing with us. Um, yes, you mentioned that, of course, when you started, you were camera shy, but of course now I see, you're here with us. That means that in 1.5 years we do see a different person, and that's why I was thanking you for really coming
Yeah,
out and doing this, because you had an option not to, but you've kind of dealt with that camera shyness, and you're here to tell your story as well, so that maybe somebody out there that thinks that, oh man, it's so hard, I can't be in front of people, they can kind of get this kind of encouragement, because it looks like the way we are going, if you're going to be doing any kind of business, you kind of can't shy away from the camera, because way back, a lot of advertising used to happen on television and radio, and that was normal. And in the other medias like the news, papers, magazines, but now there's social media. You just can't
Yeah.
run away from that. People are on their phones. So if you're
Yeah.
going to sell them anything, you have to find them where they are. And
Yeah.
that's on their phones. They're on Facebook. They're on Instagram. They YouTube. They're scrolling away,
Yeah.
scrolling and swiping away. So if you're going to be doing any kind of business, you just can't run away from the fact that you might have to get to people where they are. And to create that kind of trust, you have to put a face to the business. And you can do so many things, but sometimes, it makes the difference if you can come out as well. So they get to put the actual, put, your some kind of personality to the business. So thank you so much for turning up and for sharing. We hope we can have more of these conversations with you right now. I know it's Sunday, and you have the day ahead of you. So we'll leave it at that. Dorothy, if you have any closing remarks, please. Thank you.
Actually, it's to add a little bit on what you've just submitted is that, when you talked about that everybody who is doing business, there is that one time, a certain period where you need to leverage digital technologies. There's a lot of examples globally. You can look at Kodak. For those who doesn't know Kodak, go Google about it. You can see an example of BlackBerry was the first smartphone in the world, but as we speak, where it is, you get the point. So once you go ahead and dig deep, you're going to realize that they failed to adopt the digital technology when it was coming in place. And once other companies doing the same thing, when you look at Samsung, iPhone as we speak today, there's no way you're going to see BlackBerry. Why? They failed to adopt that digital technologies at the end of the day. So I think if you're out there and you're thinking of starting any business, trust me, by all means, the shyness should go away, right? When you see all people are doing business, when you see people in the real estate, you're seeing advertising everywhere. Their faces, we are seeing them. So at the end of the day, if you're a big dreamer, I don't think shyness should stop you doing anything, because you're afraid of doing something. Unless you're not an open-minded person. But I do believe that anybody who is a big dreamer, you have to have that, what they call growth mindset. So yeah, that is it. And thank you so much for sharing with us today. And we wish we will have you next time. And I think that is it for today, unless you want to give us any closing remark, but that is it for today.
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me here, guys. And I would only like to say to your audience is have a right mindset and a constant effort with the discipline. You will see the success through. And that's the key to success into any business. We're moving into a digital world. Better off trying something that actually provides the true value in your life. But thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
I will. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye, everybody.
Join us every Sunday for an episode of the Digital Business Forum
at 2 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. MST, 5 p.m. EST, and 10 p.m. GMT.
This forum will feature successful, experienced digital business owners with inspiring information to help you make that informed decision about starting your own digital business. By starting your own online business, you will have more free time to take control of your life, create generational wealth, retire early, and make money from anywhere in the world with just your laptop, phone, and